How can you lead with compassion? I'm Kate Save. The Inspired CEO starts now. Welcome to The Inspired CEO, where each episode we explore the innovative wellness practices that are driving success and longevity in the modern business world. In this episode, I sit down with Sharon Novoa, founder and CEO of Whole Care Solutions, who has pioneered program development strategies that resonate with the evolving needs of the NDIS sector. So I welcome Sharon here today and thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Kate.
So what inspired you to start this journey? And I know you've travelled a long way to build this business, so tell us about growing up and how you got started in healthcare.
Well, my mum was my greatest, she inspired me greatly. She saw something in me and she told me about it. She said, I can see that you're a caring person. And when I was at the age of 8, she introduced me to this lovely lady who was a professor in nutrition and dietetics at the time. And that's where my journey really started.
From 8 years old, you knew what you wanted to do?
Yes.
Wow.
I met this lady, she had studied in the United States.
Yes.
She studied at the University of Nebraska, and she came with a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
And that inspired me. I looked up to her and I wanted to be like her, and that's where my journey started.
Fantastic. So you studied in Kenya and then moved to Australia and started your business here. So tell me about starting a business in Australia from scratch. How did that happen?
Oh, so it was at the height of COVID. I had just had my second boy, and he was about 6 months old. And I had studied at the University of Victoria University, and I did my Master of Health Science there. And upon completion of that, I really did not work in the sector until I had my children. And after having my second child, I thought I need to do something with my life. And one of the many options that I had was to either go back to work or be able to work from home and have flexibility of being a mum and working in a business. And so what I decided to do was to set up the business at the height of COVID. It was it was during lockdowns. It was in August when I registered the business name.
Gosh, in Melbourne as well,
yes,
whilst
in
we're in lockdown,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I was keen to start something for myself. And you know, when you're a mum and you have little ones, sometimes you lose yourself.
Yes.
You lose yourself and you don't know, you lose your purpose. But I wanted to find my purpose again. And because I had done nutrition and dietetics already and practiced in that while I was in Kenya, I wanted to continue in the same field of health and caring. And so this is what I ventured into.
Incredible. And through those first couple of years, what were the biggest challenges, I guess? Like, what did you face that you thought, I don't know how I'm going to overcome this or how I'm going to get through the next, whatever comes next? Because I think having less contacts over here than a lot of people starting a business, navigating particularly NDIS is a very difficult sector to navigate. What did you face?
Look, like you said, it is quite a difficult sector to navigate. But I think I went in there with my heart open, knowing that I had something to offer. Yes. And people could see that. The people that we work with could see that. And the families that we work with see that. And that was my driving force. And I really don't have to do too much. Because good things, they sell themselves.
That's right.
And people could say that. However, having said that, it was difficult and it was challenging, especially during the lockdowns, because you couldn't just leave and go and meet people.
Yes.
You'd have to meet over Zoom, and you know, for you to create real relationships, you have to meet people in person and have the one-on-one, face-to-face conversations. And that was the biggest challenge, not being able to see people face-to-face and have conversations, interactions to get to know each other. However, we managed that by the reviews that we got from our families.
Oh, that's incredible. And so tell us a little bit about Whole Care Solutions. So what exactly does your business do?
So what we do is that we're an NDIS service provider. We provide 24-hour support, round-the-clock support to people with disabilities. And apart from that, we do other bits and pieces for people with disabilities. But yeah, we have skilled housing, where participants would come and live at the house, and we offer the full-time support. And apart from that, we do respite as well, and community participation. We have a we have a good, well-trained, experienced team members who support the participants, and yeah, that's what we do.
And what skills as a leader do you think are really important? Obviously, you've started this out of passion, and everything that you've put into the services has obviously led to those extra referrals. So then when you're hiring and then leading the team, how do you make sure that they treat the participants that you're working with, or the clients, with the same compassion that you would show them?
Look, I'll take you back to when I was working as a carer. I worked in aged care and for a short while in the disability sector. Yeah. And I remember my experience was not exceptionally great, especially as a worker. I felt that I was treated as a number. And this is something I really wanted to change within my organization, because I wanted to give people the opportunity to showcase their abilities. And I don't feel like that is something that I had when I was working within the industry before. And so what the skill that I lean towards is treating people like humans, having humanity. I know that people have ups and downs. You know, there's days you'll come to work and you just don't feel like being at work because something happened at home. And having that understanding that people go through challenges every single day, and understanding why they're not performing at work or why they're performing really well, understanding that is a key to running a successful business. For me to know that the people that I'm working with are humans, and they need me. They need, sometimes they'll need a break. Sometimes they'll need to be a pat on the back to say, hey, you've done a good job. You know, it's the little things, humanity, and giving them the full trust that I trust your work. Giving them the autonomy also to just be themselves in the workplace. I think that's something that I've really tried to adopt within our organisation.
I can just imagine how incredible your team are, because if they are as authentic as you are in the way that they treat other people and they show the compassion and kindness, then that service that those people are getting will stand out from the crowd. And that organisation that you've created will certainly be one that I guess your team will love coming to work. Everyone has bad days, but leading like the way you do is just incredible. Now, tell me how you balance being a mum of 3 children as well as running this company that you've had now since 2020?
2020, yes.
And how many staff members do you have there?
Over 40 staff members, yes.
Incredible.
To be honest with you, I don't know how I do it. I really don't know how I do it. Between having 3 kids, a husband, not just one business, a couple more businesses, you know, going in my life. I don't know how I do it. However, having a supportive partner, my husband is such a great person, and I think he does a lot more with the children than I do, to be quite honest. He's such a hands-on father that makes my life so much easier, and I'm able to focus on other things that, you know, I have passion and interest in. However, having said that, I think we try to segregate time for our children. And for example, I'll give you an example. Once we drop them off at school in the morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, that's when our work day starts. And we'll make sure to pack in all the work between 9 and 2, so that by the time the kids are coming back from school, we spend time with them.
That's incredible. Wow. So really work very hard in their school hours and make sure you're there for the children.
That's right. That's right. And also delegating. So we've got a team of people that we can delegate work to. Yes. And so making sure that, again, it comes back to the bit of trust and giving people the autonomy. So we delegate the work and say, this is what we're expecting from our team members. And for us to be successful, we all have to play a role in it. So pack all our work within the 5 hours that we have when the kids are at school, and then the rest of the time we make sure that the rest of the team are also holding up the end of the bargain. And
you're not only leading the team, you're becoming an incredible role model, not just in the NDIS space, but for your children as well. To have 3 young children and a 1-year-old or nearly 1-year-old.
Yeah.
And you're out there working extremely hard, and you've done it all yourself from scratch, and it's very inspiring.
Yeah.
What about managing your health and time for yourself, and anything that you need for self-care to make sure that you show up as the person that you need to be every day?
Look, I'll be honest with you. I have not looked after my health in the last 2 years, mostly because I was pregnant last year, and then I've had the baby for the 1 year. And I find that during breastfeeding, I struggle to engage in any sort of a diet or any sort of exercise.
Because your body's there for your baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just been a personal struggle for me. However, prior to having the baby, the things that I used to do in terms of exercise, I would, of course, do maybe once or twice a week. I would do some exercise.
Yeah.
And also with my diets, of course, having the nutrition background, a balanced diet.
Yes.
Yeah. I am a vegetarian, was a vegetarian.
Yeah.
And now I'm a vegan.
Yes.
And so I try to balance all my foods to make sure that I'm getting all nutrients within my diet.
Fantastic.
And across the board, yeah.
Well, you're doing incredible things, not only in business, but in the family workspace as well, and being an incredible female leader too. So thank you so much, Sharon, for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
And this is Ticker. We will be right back.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.